everybody, it's Emily at Arc Schooling, and I'm starting a vlog today. We're going to be reading The Outsiders, and we're going to be talking about it. So I'm going to bring you along with me this week. I had a plan in which I wanted to read The Outsiders. Oh, hello, my dog. Hello, my doggo. Hi. Oh, hi. Yes, I love you too. A month or so ago, Jennifer Matthews' new book came out. I think this came out in October. And this is Bad Girls Never Say Die. And it is a gender-swapped retelling of The Outsiders. And I thought that sounded amazing, and I really wanted to read it. Only problem is I've never read The Outsiders. so I decided I should probably read that first. So I have, hey, it's okay. So I have this copy that was my husband's in high school, The Outsiders, and I'm going to read that. And then I want to watch the movie because I've never seen that either. And then I'm going to start reading Bad Girls Never Say Die. I'm really excited because this is like one of those things that I feel like I should have read at some point in my life, but I just never have. And so I want to remedy that. I want to read this now so I can feel like I have read it. I don't know. And then I want to watch the movie because, again, how have I never seen this movie? Me, in the 80s, obsessed with all these like teen movie stars, and I was in love with Ralph Macchio. I never saw this movie. So I have to fix that. So I already checked and made sure I could actually watch the movie. It's on HBO Max right now, and we have that. So I'm going to watch the movie as soon as I finish the book, and then I'm going to read Bad Girls Never Say Die. And you're going to come along with me for all of that. So I hope you're on board and that you are excited, as I am, to get my full thoughts on this story that I have no idea. Literally the only thing I know about The Outsiders is "Stay Golden Pony Boy." That line. And I don't even know what it means. So I'm excited to finally understand the quote. Hello and happy Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm back and I've read about 2.5 chapters. I started it yesterday, but I didn't have a lot of time to read because we were going to watch Mockingjay Part 1. Oh, there's Buddy over my shoulder. Being creepy as usual. So we ended up watching a movie last night, and I was really tired, so I didn't read any more. But I read a tiny bit this morning, so I'm 2.5 chapters in. First impressions of The Outsiders. I wasn't sure I was going to like it. Like the first chapter, I was not really enjoying myself. I don't like when characters get you meet everybody and you get descriptions. Like the only time this has ever worked for me is Little Women. Every other time I've hated it. So I don't enjoy when an author does that. So right away I was just kind of like, ugh, it's a litany of characters and their descriptions. But once we got past that, things began to improve. I am now, like I said, about 2.5 chapters in. Am I on chapter 3 yet? No. Yes? Yes. Excuse me. I am 3.5 chapters in. And I'm starting to like it. It's kind of growing on me, which I didn't really expect. I kind of thought this is going to be boring or kind of bland because this isn't the type of thing I normally read. And I've always kind of thought of it in my mind as being a guy book, which I don't know if that's fair to say, but I've just that's how I've always classified it in my mind. So I'm surprised that I'm enjoying it so much. I don't know. I feel like this story might hurt me. Like I can feel it growing. Like it's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna be sad, but I enjoy that, so I'm not worried about it. Currently, I am making myself some lunch, and there's my toaster oven letting me know. Okay, so I'm making myself a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna read some more, and I'll check back in later. My goal is to finish this book today, because if I'm gonna do this whole vlog in a week, I need to start Bad Girls Never Say Die, tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. Lunch, and yes, I do in fact cut the crusts off my sandwich, because I am a small child. I also grabbed these to try. These are, what are they? Fit Joy, vegan white cheddar, grain-free pretzels. So they're either going to be amazing or disgusting. I'm hopeful because it's made with cassava flour, and I tend to like that stuff like things when it's made with that. So I don't know. But I thought it's worth a try, you know? Because I have problems with gluten, I have problems with dairy, I have problems with corn. So it's nice to find things like this. But will it be good? I don't know. I guess I'm going to find out. So I just made myself a cup of the Plum Deluxe Tea of the Month, which is the Placid Orange, and it's amazing. It's so good. Like, if you like orange, this is probably my favorite orange tea now, which, you know, I've tried a fair amount of orange teas, and I've liked almost every single one I've gotten from Plum Deluxe, so this is pretty good. It's got a really, really nice orange flavor. There's like the hint of the chamomile, and it's so good. This is delicious. Go check out Plum Deluxe. I'll leave a link in my description. This has absolutely nothing to do with The Outsiders, but I needed tea, so I took a break to make my Plum Deluxe Tea of the Month, and it's so good. It's delicious. It is 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, and I just finished The Outsiders. I was so tired last night, I just couldn't. I had like 3 chapters to go, and I was just unable to keep my eyes open. So I decided I'd finish it this morning instead. So I did. I'm gonna watch the movie later today, maybe tonight. I don't know yet. But I wanted to just kind of ramble for a bit about the story. I liked parts of it. Overall, I feel like the concept of like rival gangs and that kind of thing is not really my thing. Like, I like Grease, but it's not really that either. So like, I feel like the closest thing, the story that like feels like that would be like Crybaby, which is not is not the same thing. You know, the John Waters movie Crybaby with Johnny Depp and Amy Locane. I was obsessed with that as a kid. But it's the same concept of like these rival gangs, and you know, the one gang are the greasers, and they're like the poor kids, or just like the wrong side of the tracks, and then the more wealthy, well-to-do kids. I forget what they're called in Crybaby. They have drapes. Is the drapes, I think, are the greasers, and what is the other one? It's been a long time since I watched that. Anyway, all that to say is I think I'm actually probably gonna like the retelling, the gender swap retelling, Bad Girls Never Say Die, more than this, simply because it's girls. And like, I don't know. I try to think of my thoughts. I gave this 4 stars. Because there are parts of it, like the writing is great. I loved the writing. I loved bringing in the Robert Frost poem. That's like my favorite Robert Frost poem, so I loved that. And now I understand the quote, "Stay gold, pony boy." Finally, I know what that means. Okay, it was very sad, but it's one of those stories where I feel like it almost needed to be more fleshed out, because some characters that I feel like I was supposed to feel a lot more emotion towards, I just didn't. And I wonder if it's because it was such a short book. Like Johnny and Dally in particular, I feel like I was supposed to have some kind of emotional connection with them. And I kind of almost did with Johnny, because we spent a little more time with him. But Dally, I don't know. And Cherry, I feel like should have been more involved in the story for like the importance I feel like it was placed upon her character. Like she's barely there. I don't know. There's some things that I really liked though. I liked the writing a lot. I liked the main character, Ponyboy. I liked being inside of his head. I feel like he was a very strong protagonist. And like he definitely felt like he understood a lot more about people and life than any of his friends did. I'm gonna watch the movie later and see if this changes my thoughts at all about the story. And I don't know. We'll see what I think about that. And then sometime today, probably, I'm going to start reading Bad Girls Never Say Die, because I'm very, very curious to see what happens in that story and like how the author is going to take the skeleton of this and flesh it out into a story about strong female protagonists in the 60s. And I don't know, I'm really excited for that. And we'll see what I think. So anyway, I'm going to go because I got to go drag my 12-year-old out of bed so we can get some school done, because it is now almost 9:30 and she is still upstairs, presumably sleeping, possibly sitting in bed just hoping I don't notice that she's not downstairs yet. Who knows? I'm getting ready to film a video, my book haul, as, I don't know, you can see there's a lot of books behind me. So we finished school, got a late start this morning, but we did get it done, and I got dressed and showered and make-upped, and now I'm ready to film a video. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to start reading Bad Girls Never Say Die. It's in my book haul pile right now, so that's why it's not in my hand to show you. But I'm going to start that in a little while. I'm about to film my book haul that I've been holding off on for ages because I kept saying I don't have enough books in this book haul to warrant filming it. And then I was like, I should probably film something before the holidays. And when I went and gathered my books, I was like, oh, it's more than I thought it was. Story of my life. Even when I try not to buy things, I buy things. So I'm about to film that, and then I'm going to go read. I have some tea so I can get through this haul without losing my voice. Help. This is my book haul. No. It's absurd. And way more books than I thought. I literally kept saying I didn't have enough books to do a book haul. I am full of lies. Honestly. Forgot a book in my book haul. It would have been 30 books. Actually, it would have been 31 because not only did I forget The House with Chicken Legs, I also totally forgot that I had purchased the second book in Sapiens. So I'm great at this. Like, I'm such a professional booktuber. I'm annoyed. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just too off. It's fine. Movie night. We're gonna watch The Outsiders, and then I don't know. I'll probably be too tired to like talk about it tonight, but at some point in the morning, I will come back and share my thoughts, but I don't really know anything about this movie. I've never even seen a trailer. I looked up a trailer earlier today, and it was literally just, these are the people in the movie. It's just a series of who's playing who. I'm like, that was the worst trailer I've ever seen. So, we'll see what I think of the movie, and if I like it better than the book. Welcome to my yard. I'm hoping it's not too noisy with the wind and stuff, and it's so pretty out right now, and I'm out here with my dog, so I thought I would come outside and try to get some vlogging in. It's like, I don't even know what time it is. 1:30-ish? 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. And we finished up school for the day. I just took the dog for a walk, and now we're just kind of hanging out in the backyard so she can do her business. She will not go on a walk for anything. I don't care if she's held it for an hour. She will not pee or poop while out on a walk. She needs the privacy of our backyard. Anyway, so I thought I'd check in this morning, or this afternoon, and tell you my thoughts about The Outsiders movie. So, I don't love it. I'm going to say my unpopular opinion is that The Outsiders is just very okay. It's not bad, but it's not great. And I can appreciate it for what it is. Hi! I can appreciate it for what it is and in the time it was written and that sort of thing. But I guess by today's standards, it's just very okay. I feel like we didn't get enough character development or enough time with any of the characters to really form a relationship to where I feel like an emotional attachment, or, you know, even sad when characters expire. I don't know. For me, it was just very okay. The movie, I will say, is like one of the most direct like adaptations I've ever seen. Like, word for word, it's an exact replica of the book. So that's impressive. The only thing that got changed out was the end, which I don't understand why. If you're going to stick to it that closely the whole time, why adjust the ending? Like, I didn't get that. But yeah, I mean, great cast. It was very underwhelming for me. I don't know. Anyway, I started reading Bad Girls Never Say Die. I'm like 2 chapters in, and I'm loving this. See, I feel like this is going to have the character development that I was missing from The Outsiders. Because, one, it's longer. It's nearly twice as long as The Outsiders. And I feel like, one, I'm going to get the character development that I wanted. And two, I'm going to get the female relationships that I was craving. I don't know. All guys can get kind of tedious for me for what that is. I don't know. So I'm hoping that this will hit all the things that I was missing from The Outsiders and be a 5-star read. I'm already really excited. I'm only 2 chapters in, so I'm hoping this is great. So I'll let you guys know more thoughts after I've read a bit more. Hi, I'm back. It is now like almost 7:30. I think it's like 7:16. It is 7:16 in the evening on Thursday. I am making myself a cup of tea, and I'm gonna go read. I've just finished cleaning up from supper. I'm pouring water. I don't want to spill boiling water on myself, so let me pay attention. Okay, so I'm making myself a cup of tea. I've just cleaned up from dinner, And my husband is at his karate class, and my kids are upstairs doing whatever it is they're doing. They're quiet. I'm not going to question it. Ugh, my kitchen's such a mess. I am about to read until he comes home, and then we'll probably watch some TV. I'm about 7 chapters into Bad Girls Never Say Die, and I'm loving it. It's so good. So I'm going to try to explain the gender flipping and also like the similarities. I'm going to try to explain the similarities to The Outsiders. Basically, The Outsiders follows Pony Boy, who is a greaser, and his family and friends, who are all greasers, and like their gang and their rivalries with the Socs, by the way, I've been saying socks this whole time because that's how it looks like in the book, but it's Socs because that does make more sense because they're socials. Anyway, in Bad Girls Never Say Die, it's kind of the same concept because you've got Evie, who is the youngest in her gang of girls who are all bad girls, and they're from the wrong side of town and all of that. And so we find at the beginning of the book that Evie has met this girl who is being teased mercilessly, like very like bullying by some rich girls. And this girl Diane is obviously was once a rich girl, but is now on the wrong side of town, and we don't know why. I have some things that I suspect as to why she might be here in this situation, but all you really need to know is that Diane is used to being a good girl and wealthy, and she has a lot, whereas Evie has never had any of that and sees herself as being bad girl in her like inside, in her deepest insides. Like she knows that this is where she is supposed to be and where she belongs, whereas Diane is maybe more like staying for a while. And so the story starts kind of similarly. They're at the drive-in. There's a run-in with the rich kids. Things happen. So I don't want to get too into the details of it because I feel like you need to read this book for yourself to like, I don't want to take away from you. I don't want to spoil anything. But I think it's doing what I wanted Outsiders to do. I feel like the story has a lot more depth to it. I'm really liking it though, and I can't wait to read some more tonight. So that's what I'm going to go do now. I finished this book this morning. This is everything I wanted The Outsiders to be. I don't know. I really loved this. I loved the relationships at the core of the story. I loved the female friendships. I loved the star-crossed lovers aspect. It was kind of also a little bit of a Grease retelling, reimagining as well, because you get a little bit of that in here too, with like the good girl from the rich side of town falls for the bad boy kind of a thing. But this story was just exactly what I wanted. It's really well done historical fiction. I felt very much in this setting. Like I was there. I felt like the author did a really good job covering some pretty dark topics in a way that I think was done better than The Outsiders. Like, I don't know, guys. I think I'm in the minority, because when I read the reviews for Bad Girls on Goodreads, so many people were like, how dare, this is not as good as The Outsiders and blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe because I didn't like have any kind of relationship with this book beforehand, and I went into it as an adult and just, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get it. I don't get it. But I thought this was fine. This was 5 stars. This is probably making my top 10 list this year. I just loved it so much. I don't know. So, I feel like I should say more things. I am so bad at reviewing books. I liked it. I don't know what more you want from me. But I just thought this was great. I will say there are some trigger warnings for sexual assault in this. And it is, I feel like I can't really go into detail about like the plot. Besides, it has some aspects of the story. See, I thought the author did a really good job. I enjoyed the fact that she took the core of the story of The Outsiders and made it something new and gave it more depth and gave me characters that I could like build a relationship with and love. I don't know. The friendship between Ponyboy and Johnny in this just was not developed anywhere near enough for me to care about what was happening to them. The relationship between Evie and Diane was done so well, and it was like it develops over the course of the story in such a way that like I teared up. I knew it was going to happen. I did read The Outsiders first, so I knew what I was getting into. I knew where this was going. I still had like the emotional impact that I feel like I was supposed to have reading The Outsiders. So I think this was better. And I'm so glad I finally picked it up and read it. And finally, I mean, I've had this in my possession for a few weeks, but I did pre-order it in June. So it feels like it's been a really long time to get to this story. So overall, I gave this like 4 stars, but now that I'm thinking through my rating more, I would drop it down to like maybe 3.5. And this was 5 stars. Loved this. Highly recommend picking it up. Has a lot to say about what girls had to deal with in the 1960s and, you know, what makes a girl bad or good and that kind of stuff. It's so good. It's so good. You should read it. So I'm going to end my vlog here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this journey with me. I hope you pick up Bad Girls Never Say Die, because it's excellent and I highly recommend it. And yeah, thanks so much for coming along this journey with me. Happy reading. Bye.